Hello and welcome to Peter's Principles. As you know, you never know who you're going to see on Peter's Principles, and today we have City Councilor Dan Rourke, who is, we're going to talk about some things that have happened that are good in the city, and I'd like to open with Kronos, if you don't mind.
Sure, good to see you, Jim.
Good to see you. Thank you. What's the status of Kronos? Have they moved yet?
Yeah, so as people are probably aware of, 1,200 employees. They're out in Chelmsford. They were looking to relocate. They wanted a place that was accessible to highways, entertainment, stuff like that. So when the Cross Point Towers became available, the city administration, Kevin Murphy and the Department of Planning and Development acted quickly. They started a conversation with Kronos. In a short period of time, we had an agreement in front of the council we voted on a couple of months ago that they're going to open the doors to have Kronos come to Lowell. Like I said, they're going to fill up the Cross Point Towers. After the Kronos moves in, we're going to be at 97% capacity over there, which is tremendous news for the city. It's good marketing. It really shows where Lowell has come from, and for the employees that are over there, the highways are right there. There's plenty of places to go bite to eat. There's a movie theater. There's shopping as far as groceries and so forth. So it really is. It's a good partnership between Kronos and the city, and it's a real testament to Manager Murphy and his administration to bring them to Lowell.
How did we enter into any other any TIFs on this one?
So we did give Kronos a TIF to come to the city. Yeah, and what people, the manager was very good at explaining, is that the city is losing no money whatsoever.
Right.
We are getting the full tax value of the property. It's on whatever Kronos, the increase, that's what the TIF is on. So, and then, they may start at a certain number, but then the TIF percentage goes down over the course of time.
Right.
So again, it's beneficial to the city and to them, because they're going to come here, they're going to save some dough, they're going to be able to reinvest to hire more employees, which is a good thing.
Right.
And, the city gains even more money as the years go by.
The investment of by Kronos. What does Kronos manufacture?
So they're basically almost like a human resources type of company, software and so forth. I mean, they represent places like Walmart, Whole Foods, places like that. These big companies, and they do a lot of work. And again, with the human resources side,
right.
Accounting, things like that. So they're almost like an overseer of certain companies. They've been around for a long, long time. They actually started in the Lowell way back when. I want to say in the 70s. They were here for a while, went out to Chelmsford for a bit, and now they're coming back.
Did they make at one point time clocks?
Oh yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that's something. Do they still do that?
Well, I think it's more of a computer stuff.
Computers,
as far as,
time clock. Right.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people out there when they punch into work nowadays, it's done through computers and so forth.
Right.
So yeah, they're really the innovative company. They've always been building. They've always been increasing not only their workforce but their value to certain companies. So I really think it's one of the best things that us as a council and the city has done together to get this in here. It's really, really beneficial to both sides.
So who took, just to change the subject a little bit, who took over the Prince Spaghetti?
That was the Markley Group. Markley came in.
Markley?
Yeah, they came in a little over a year ago. And again, through a TIF agreement between the city and the company, Markley is coming into the old Prince Spaghetti area, Prince Ave, Carter Ave,
right.
Over in that part of the city. Lawrence Street's right there,
Right.
Gorham Street's there, Moore Street connects the two. And people that are familiar with that area will know that that's been vacant for over 20 years, and it's really become an eyesore in the neighborhood. We had a public safety subcommittee meeting there a couple of Thursdays ago to address some citizen concerns about Markley coming in, and they were addressed. The city did a terrific job once again. They had representatives from Markley. Attorney Alides represented them, and we had fire, police, DPW, DPD, and the manager were there as well. So it had a good turnout of citizens, and they did an excellent job of explaining their concerns to the city officials and to Markley. So the following city council meeting after that, we voted to give them a portion of Prince Ave. And what they're going to do is, Jim, you can imagine what Markley does. They do data storage, and they're going to sink $200 million into this property. So think about that for a second. It's a
That's
huge
a-
amount of money.
So
They're
huge
going
amount of
to revamp the whole area. They're going to beautify it with landscape. They're going to it's going to be a very, very secure site. One of the things that I liked about Mockley, what they've done, is they've pledged to the city and to the city council that they will do above and beyond the normal, just like fences and guards and so forth. They're going to put HD 360-degree cameras all over the property, and they're going to allow the Lowell Police Department to tap into those cameras. So that area of the city, which citizens did say, did have some illicit criminal behavior, should be very, very safe. Because now you're going to have a company coming in that's going to beautify the area. They're going to make it more safe, more secure. The one concern that was made was that there's a traffic cut through. If you're coming from Gorham, you would come down Carter Ave and be able to get out to Prince, and avoid the Gorham to Moore Street traffic, right? But through explanation, through our traffic engineer who was also present, he said it's only an extra 100 yards to take that left onto Moore Street coming from Gorham. So, and they're going to do some things with the traffic lights as well. That's going to assist in traffic in that area. Fire department, the fire house on Gorham Street
It's right there, right?
is right there as well. So, and the way you got to look at it is that, again, Fortune 500 companies trust Mockley to keep the most important information safe and secure. So they've been around for a long, long time. When you see these companies come in, they're going to be coming into the city of Lowell to take a tour of this facility. So there's going to be a terrific setup over there. It's going to be a real attribute to the city of Lowell. It's going to be a way to market the city when you're having all these companies come in to check it out. And I think it's going to be a real positive step for the city going forward.
The Maycom, are they still corporate headquarters? Is there corporate headquarters in Lowell?
Yes, so they're going to have two spots now, right? Mm-hmm. They're over off the VFW Highway,
Right.
over across the Rourke Bridge, and now over next to Chelmsford Street, they're going to have a whole new building. And I believe that's going to be the office administration headquarters over there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's going to be great. They were in front of us a couple of meetings ago as well. They brought plans to the council, and it's just going to be fantastic. So again, you're bringing in more workers, more employees, not only for construction, but also to work in the building as well. So what I have enjoyed in my time on the council, I think, is that you see the manager reaching out to companies, and the smaller mom and pop shops are important. And also these big time companies are also very, very important. It increases the tax base, at the commercial rate, and it really, really assists the city into having a full budget. So you're gonna have Maycom expanding. You have Chronos coming in. You got Mockley coming in. I mean, those are three giant companies that are either coming to Lowell or expanding within the city.
That must be exciting to be on the city council at a
It
time
really
like,
is.
time like this.
It seems like every week or every other week we're at the meetings, we're having more good news brought to us, and things are being done in a very proactive manner, which is always better than reactive.
I had the experience when I was much younger, when I first got my driver's license, as a matter of fact. I kept coming up from Worcester on 219 or 2, whatever the road is, and coming up to 495.
Yeah.
And instead of saying Lowell, it said Lawrence. Such and such a number of miles. And I was like, where's Lowell? And now, everywhere you go, you see the signs pointing to Lowell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Well, it's funny you mention that because I remember my dad used to tell me that back when he was a teenager, Lawrence was the place to go. On Friday or
Right.
Saturdays, they used to all pack the Dodge Dart up, and they used to take it right up to Lawrence, and they said that back then that's where people went, you can see it now, the change over the past 15, 20 years, just in my adult life, the downtown and all the eateries and restaurants. It really is it's a great place to come down and visit.
well, I see so many people downtown at night. It's an incredible crowd. And I recall being in Jordan Marsh when I first got out of college. I was the basement manager, and I used to walk the downtown at night when we were open till 9 o'clock, and see no one. And now it's packed.
Yeah, and as I do work over at the courthouse over off of Hurst Street, and I go for walks during lunchtime. And even Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday afternoons, during 12, 1 o'clock, you see a good crowd downtown. You see people mingling, walking around, grabbing a bite to eat. With all the coffee shops we have, all the lunch places we have, it really is. It's taking a turn for the better. I really do feel that way, and it's exciting.
What else is going on in the city that's exciting? I know we were talking about, the name keeps escaping me. The alley that was opened up.
Yeah, over down next to the university.
Now, what's the name of it?
Decatur Way.
Decatur Way. Okay.
Yeah, the folks over at the Acre Action neighborhood group, led by Dave Ouellette, put a lot of time and effort over there, and they had an unveiling a couple of weeks ago. And I would ask anybody who's in the area to go check it out. There's artwork over there. There's cobblestone walkways. I mean, it's very, very neat. It's something that the kids can go and check out. I brought my 2 children over there. And they're 13 and 10 years old. They thought it was the coolest thing. It's tucked away right between downtown and the university, going up I think to Salem Street.
Right.
And it's very, very cool. It's a lot of people chipped in to make this work, and it was very well done. The day they had the unveiling, Dave was there, Dave Ouellette, who actually works for the city as well. State Representative Roddy Mum, Councilor Corey Belanger did a great job in their remarks.
Yeah, he did do a great job
Yeah,
on the remarks.
really
Yeah.
did very, very well. So it's again another asset to the city, right?
Yeah.
It really is. It's proof positive of coming together, working as a city, and there's some nonprofits involved as well that helped out. So we were very, very excited with that opening, and it's already obviously it's been maintained for the short period of time it's been open, but you can go there. It's lit. There are lights there as well. So it's very, very neat. It's a cool little alley.
It's a cool use of what had been a dumpy area.
Yeah, it was dilapidated. You wouldn't walk through there. I wouldn't walk through there. With the hard work of the people down in the Acre Action Force, they turned it around and made it a beautiful place.
It is gorgeous. It's an incredible testament to citizens just taking their own role into their own hands and
Absolutely. Yeah.
and using them themselves as a conduit. The question I wanted to ask you was, what are we doing with not the Thorndike Street?
Lower overpass area?
Yeah, lower overpass
Yep.
area.
So a few months ago, the manager and the DPD unveiled a plan to almost fill in the lower overpass. The initial meeting was met with good results. There have been some concerns by people. They have questions about the plan. And as the manager has said many times, not just about this project but by other projects, is that it's always an ongoing conversation between the community, the administration, to fine tune an idea that somebody or the DPD of the city might have in place. So I think the plan that the manager has is pretty good. We'll do a couple of tweaks to it. The plan was allowed by the $15 million gift to not gift to the city, but $15 million that a state legislature, Senator Donahue and Reps Golden, Nagel, and Mum got $15 million that was given to us that we applied that we got through the state. So that money is going to assist in the lower overpass redesign. It's going to make it, I think, easier for both consumers and the workforce to access the Hamilton Canal area, which we're moving quickly to fill up with spaces. We have the garage going in, we got the courthouse going in. I'm hearing rumors that sometime in August we're going to break ground for the courthouse. I would imagine that soon thereafter you're going to hear similar news about a garage. So that's all good stuff. And and again, you're moving in the right direction. Over in Thorndike Street, Sal Poli's property over there. He has plans in place for that as well. A restaurant, a couple of retail places, and I think the demolition of that area is going on now. So again, more progress, more things that are going to assist the city. And that Thorndike Street area, Jim, as you know, is almost like a gateway into the city.
Right.
It comes off the connector and the highway, and it's going to be really neat when you're coming in that way, and you're going to see a couple of beautiful areas.
So the courthouse is going to be for
What they're going to do is
all the court
everything. Yeah. So
things,
right now we have Superior Court over on Grove Street. The Middlesex deeds offices over there. You have juvenile, it's a different building. You have obviously the district court, which is off of Hurd Street downtown. So over in the Hamilton Canal, we're going to have one building that's going to house all the courts in the area into one building. So it's going to be, I think, beneficial to both the city, the state, and to the people the public that need to use the facilities.
The thing that I was excited about at one point, but I haven't seen much development of it, was bicycle paths, especially for students going to the university. But we had bicycle paths going down Father Morrisette Boulevard. We had bicycle paths going down Chelmsford Street, and they seem to have been abandoned. Is there a plan to?
Well, I think, for example, the Howe Bridge still has them. The Howe Bridge has them. Bonham Ave has them. And so, it's, and obviously Father Morrisette, they're still there as well.
Right.
The city painted them green to make them more, to make them more seen, by drivers and by bicycle riders. So, it's just a matter of getting people out there to use their bikes. And hopefully the university will have some sort of plan where maybe they can have bikes in place for students that can go back and forth between North and South Campus. They obviously have the buses now, so maybe they already have one. I'm not sure, but a bike program where if you can't get the bus, you can just grab a bike and shoot over from University Crossing over north, or University Crossing down to Mahoney Building and stuff like that. So it's the space is there to use the bikes, and hopefully whatever the city can do to emphasize the use of bicycles would be better off. It cuts down on traffic and so forth. So maybe right now it's not being utilized as best as possible, but hopefully in the next few years you'll see some changing over there.
Well, I'd like to see it. I was heavily into bicycling when I was a kid, and I didn't get around to getting my license until I was 18, because I was bicycling 35 miles a day. And I was all over the place.
Get you in shape too.
I kept me in shape, and it was fun. Mm-hmm. And so I'm kind of interested in the bicycle program. So and it's a great way to get kids from college campus to college campus. Right. Because the south and the north campus are a few blocks apart. It's not that big of a deal to get them onto the road and down to the south campus if they're going from the north campus, and vice versa. I just was concerned because it seemed like it was not being utilized. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's been ever since they've been put in probably 4 or 5 years ago now. They haven't been used as much as maybe back then people thought, but again, there's always been a push to emphasize, to see people on bikes riding them, and hopefully, we'll see it. School starts up in September again. It's nice weather out at that point in time still, so hopefully there'll be a push to use the bikes.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but 80% of Lowell bicycled in 1880, 1890. 80% of the people in Lowell, they didn't have cars yet. Yeah. So they bicycled. If they wanted to go anywhere, they bicycled. And I found that to be a tremendous number of people. That's 4 out of every 5 people were bicycling one place or the other in Lowell.
I think the city would be thrilled if we can get that to 2 out of 5 nowadays.
I think it would be too, but it's an interesting statistic in that the people have been so supportive of bicycling. I know that this is kind of a different use of the term, but there you have that bicycle park down on Lawrence Street, mm-hmm. The one that the kids made.
Yeah, I actually have a couple of them
they can, do you?
Yeah, one over next to the Bartlett Schools, one there, Hadley Park, skateboard, bike park there as well. And also, we have the Freeman Trail that starts in Lowell.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, the Freeman Trail, it starts behind the Cross Point Towers next to the movie theater. Okay. It's a 7-mile long trail that starts in Lowell and goes up to Westford. It's a beautiful, it goes through nature, and it's very, very neat. I brought my kids there as well for bike rides, and my wife has run it before. It's a long run, so it's a beautiful area back there.
Yeah, I have a brother who has 26 years straight running in the Boston Marathon. So he's in the 2500 club, whatever they call it.
Very impressive.
He's 64 now and he's still running.
It's a great area to bike and run because it's very wide, it's clean, and it's flat.
Right.
Not too many hills. Like I said, it starts in Lowell, goes through Chelmsford, and ends up in Westford.
Yeah, he likes to take off from there and run that distance and keep himself in shape that way. So he has great things to say about it. So.
Yeah, I think at the Bruce Freeman, wasn't he a state rep from Chelmsford?
From Chelmsford, yeah.
Back a long time ago.
Yeah.
He's actually been talking about expanding it too, almost into Framingham, so it'd be pretty cool.
That would be very cool. The thing that I was in the city hall a couple weeks ago when they closed down the beach because of bacterial, I was pleased to see that they're taking such an interest in people's health. But how do we keep the river cleaner?
Yeah, it's just it's the wastewater, through the city. They do a great job over there, Mark Young and his team, and that's their job, right? They keep tabs on the water and on the river. So it's and you're right, it's a very popular spot. I mean, you go by there on a warm day, there's a lot of people using that area. Again, it's almost like another hidden gem of the city that not many people know about.
Right.
But I think it just closed down just for a day and a half or 2 days maybe.
It was just a couple days.
Right, yeah.
It wasn't a huge thing, but it unfortunately was on the hottest day of the year.
Okay, which always seems to be the case, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it works. So I have a boat on the Lowell Motorboat Club that I like to use to go up the river, and I say to people the prettiest views in Lowell are from the river.
And actually, when you go down to Lowell off you come across the Rourke Bridge on the Pawtuckettville side. There's the Rourke boat ramp,
Right.
which was named after my grandfather and my two great uncles, who are all World War II vets.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was named after
Yeah, so it's called, so when you pull in, there's a little rock.
I know it
The
says Rourke.
Yeah, the Rourke boat ramp. Yeah, it's after my grandfather Paul, my great uncles Stevie and Cliff.
That's great.
Yeah.
I thought that was I assumed that was named after Timmy and Ray Rourke. So
Yeah, they have the bridge.
they have the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, what are we doing about the bridge?
Yeah, so as always, I think Mayor Kennedy has made it one of his top initiatives of his mayoral term to get some progress on the bridge. Councilor Belanger, this is his second term over at NEMCOG, and he's been at the forefront of pushing for this as well. So hopefully, they had a general meeting, I believe in Andover, Tewksbury Andover line, probably back in March or April. And I know members of the city council were there. Lisa DeMayo, our city engineer, attended as well, and they really stressed to the state, how badly we need to get that thing taken care of. So, again, that's, when the Boston 2020 idea was floated around for the Olympics, they were saying we'd have a new Rourke Bridge in 2024. I'm sorry, they would have a new Rourke Bridge in 6 years.
Okay.
Right? But ever since those plans went away, now we're back to the original time frame, which I think sometime around 2030, 2032, which is just too far away.
Well, I tell you, when I go under the Rourke Bridge with my boat, I want to cover the boat a little bit because it sounds like the Rourke Bridge is going to collapse into it with the steel grates.
Yeah, we do get it inspected every year, and it always seems like we're always sinking, $1 million a year into it to keep it up to date. Whereas, if you just do it one time, do it right, it may cost you more at one certain point in time. But, again, it's something that we need the state to do for us. I know that the delegation pushes it all the time, and hopefully sooner rather than later, we'll finally break through and get that taken care of.
Yeah, I just think it's an eyesore. It's not a traffic. It doesn't seem to me to ease traffic at all. In fact, when I make it a point to not go down in that area because I'm from the Highlands.
When school's in session, the mornings and the afternoons, probably from about 2:45 to about 7 p.m. every single day when school's in session.
Right.
It's gridlock. It really takes you a long, long time to get over the bridge. There's no other way around it. So it's being just 2 lanes is a detriment to the area, and we really do need something that's 4 lanes, if not 6 or 5. So we've had multiple meetings on it. Lowell General Hospital has hosted different roundtable discussions on different designs and so forth. But until we get the go ahead from the state to actually get something done, it's like in a holding pattern.
Well, I don't go to Lowell General Hospital because it takes longer to get to Lowell General Hospital than it does to the Lee. And
At certain times of the day, that's very true.
Yeah, at certain times of the day.
You just think, you think about it. If there's an emergency, fire trucks, police vehicles, ambulances. If other companies are called, to go across the bridge, and it's during that afternoon gridlock, it's so. I mean, I've been on the bridge where I've heard a police siren go off, and it's so narrow, it's almost impossible to get an emergency vehicle across the bridge.
I'm not surprised. Seems like the hospital would want to get involved with.
Oh, they've been very involved. Yeah,
Have
they've hosted, and like I said, every time we've met on designs and strategic plans, they've always their conference center has always been available to the city to try to get something done. So they're a partner in this as well to try to move it along, because they're probably some of the biggest proponents of getting something fixed over there. Because of the time, if there's an emergency going on, you want to get to a hospital as soon as you can.
Right, and that's the whole idea of it.
Right.
So, well, I am amazed that we have a 9-0 council most of the time, and I think that really speaks well of Manager Murphy, and he's done a wonderful job of solidifying the city behind certain goals and objectives that he thinks are important, and the city council has certainly been helping him out quite a bit from what I could see.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Jim. I think that the manager has come in, and since day one he's preached public safety, economic development, education, and he's really delivered on all 3 areas. And he makes our job easier. We go to him with concerns and questions. He answers us very, very quickly, him and his team, and it's a good working relationship. He has his goals. The council does a good job of steering him in the direction that we want to go in, and for almost 100% of the time he follows that direction, and he's been coming through all along. So he's been terrific at it. I mean, he has a great team that he's put in place. You'd be very hard pressed to find somebody that's not satisfied at the job that Manager Murphy has done.
I think you can't find that level of confidence since they put in Plan E form of government. I think you can't find that level of confidence anywhere in the annals of the city histories. He's just opened up a whole new way of doing things.
Yeah, it's a very, you stated earlier in the show, it's a very, very exciting time in the city, and I feel very fortunate to be part of the council, and presently and going forward, hopefully.
Well, I think you're. I personally don't think you have anything to worry about, but I'm not the right person to ask. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. Anytime. I had a blast.